More breaking news coming in. New US ambassador's big announcement that has come in, where India has been invited to join Silicon Supply Chain Initiative. After India was left out of the US-led Pact Silica, Sergio Gor has now said that India has been invited to join Pact Silica initiative. He's also gone on to say that India has been invited as a full-time member. Big silicon and semiconductor push, also a big boost to India-US ties. Listen in.
I also want to share with you today a new initiative that the United States launched just last month called Pact Silica. Pact Silica is a US-led strategic initiative to build a secure, prosperous, and innovation-driven silicon supply chain, from critical minerals and energy inputs to advanced manufacturing, semiconductors, AI development, and logistics. Nations that joined last month include Japan, South Korea, the United Kingdom, and Israel. Today, I'm pleased to announce that India will be invited to join this group of nations as a full member next month.
Geeta Mohan, who joins the broadcast yet again. Geeta, how do you read into US warming up to India? What are the reasons at this point? Given lots that is happening, especially the criticism coming in from multiple fronts as far as the US is concerned, and what is the significance of this pact?
Well, it's a very important one that pushes US silicon and semiconductor security, engaging with various countries and partners to ensure that the supply chain is not disrupted when there is chaos in the world, particularly that you saw post COVID-19, and the pressure points, especially when looking at China, when one wants to corner China, it is near impossible because of how important China is in the supply chain dynamics geopolitically, not just when it comes to the critical minerals, but also to do with semiconductors, silicons, chips, batteries. Everything that you require in manufacturing comes from China. So to break that cycle, the supply chain cycle, America is doing what it has to in its own interest. But do not forget, this is not warming up. This is basically putting America's agenda forward, looking at more respectful and reciprocal relationship between India and the United States of America. But the United States of America only recently announced getting out of 66 international organizations, which also included India's International Solar Alliance. So on the one hand, they're looking at India and many other countries joining a very critical alliance, a very critical bloc when it comes to supply chain resilience in semiconductor and silicon industry. On the other hand, things that are important to India, there has been no reciprocity or a message that at least those alliances that India holds very dearly, like the ISA, will be respected and honored. So right now they've moved out of the Indian alliance, but they want India to join the Pact Silica. We'll have to wait and see what India does. For India, also, this is a very important alliance, given that it talks about critical energy and critical, technology area when it comes to silicon and semiconductors that India also needs, and India also needs a secure supply chain.
All right, Geeta, many thanks for getting us those details.